We're shedding our masks and breaking down walls. Hell, we may even drop our drawers. That's right. We're going commando with Angela and Dana.
Hi, my name is Dana Sardano, and this is Angela DeMarco, and we are Going Commando. On Going Commando, we revel in our inability to place a filter in any conversation we ever have. We, again, tear off the mask, tear down the walls, drop our drawers, the whole nine, just because it's just easier that way. So we invite you into one of our conversations to really to see how commando we really go. So, hi, Angela.
Good morning, Dana. Oh my God. It's just easier. It is just the only way. Oh my God. Authenticity, man. Authenticity.
Yeah. And we've joked about this. We've talked about this in other commandos, how like I've always just been so authentic that I get myself in trouble all the time. But you had and again, I used to care, now not so much. Meanwhile, my shirt says trendsetter. That should give you an idea. And you have with the complete opposite. You were so afraid to be yourself because you learned that adaptation was a means of survival.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. The fitting in with any role or being what I thought other people needed to be or hear despite my own feelings inside. You know, oh my God, it's so good to see you. And it's
not. To quote my father who passed about 4 years ago, we don't do it. Actually, my uncle speaking to my father, we don't do that anymore, Joe.
We won't do that anymore, Joe.
So with that said, Angela and I would get together Monday mornings. Angela, why do we get together on Mondays?
Oh my God, because first of all, this was you had a big weekend too. We didn't really get to talk. Weekends where family time and all that stuff. And we usually talk every day, business partners, best friends, all that good stuff. So Monday morning, we always are spending time. We dedicated this time to catch up as friends, as business partners or whatever. And now we're just recording it because sometimes we say wicked smart shit.
Yeah. Every once in a while, there's a gem in there and we're like, oh, we have to record. So we have a dear friend. Her name is Anne-Marie Scordy. And Anne-Marie, oh my God, so gifted in so many ways. She's an author. She's a channel. She's just amazing. She and I created this deck of cards together, this Soul Traveler deck of cards. And it's got my artwork and her wisdom that she has, channeled from the universal forces of love and light and all that good stuff. Angela DeMarco's beautiful design. So it's really a collaborative effort among the three of us. But what we do is we pick a card from the deck and we just go from there. So usually I'll pick a card, I'll go through and I'll just grab a card and it's always news to Angela. But today I just couldn't choose. So I'm going to give Angela the choice of the 4 cards. Okay. So this is Jessica.
Okay. Yeah.
This is Lovers.
We love
this
lovers.
Is Tazzie's Babies. This actually was a commission painting for another college friend of ours. And this is Fredo, who sits behind me right now. And it's just a piece of Fredo because he's a square.
You know what? I just love Fredo. I'm feeling Fredo today.
Fredo's a good one. All of them are good. I'm like, oh my God, I'll do that one. Oh my God, I'll do that one. If any of these paintings, anybody who's watching this, and if any of these paintings speak to you, put it in the comments, right? And if you put it in the comments, you never know. Maybe we'll do that one next week because they're all really good messages. Spoiler alert, but they're all really good messages. Okay.
Freeze frame.
Yeah. So, Fredo, you're going to like this, Angela. Okay. So I have one contacted that's giving me grief. So it's going to be a read like this. Okay. You are worth it.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, I already got a little tingle. Okay. There is an interesting correlation between life and existing. To live is to experience joy, happiness, and love. To be alive is a celebration. Unfortunately, many individuals are merely existing once they reach a certain point in their lifetime. Existing is just waiting to die. You must recognize this condition if you are to resume living. It is a type of self-inflicted sickness, a type of self-inflicted punishment. It is, however, under your control. You may control your sickness. You may lift the sentence of punishment once you recognize it. The answer to the cessation of self-abuse is self-love. You must learn to love yourself. You are worth it. You are worthy of the highest love, of joy, of happiness, and of a complete and fulfilling life. Above all others, it is the self, yourself, you must love the most.
Oh, I love that one. Discuss amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that line, existing is just simply waiting to die or something. Yeah, man, we get into our jobs, we get our houses and our bills, and then we stay complacent. And for what?
Yeah. Yeah. It's something because again, I'm sure most people could remember what it was like when you were younger. Younger could be 5, younger could be 50, younger could be 50 in some cases, but it's all relative. But
Yeah.
when you just did things because they felt good to do, right?
Yeah.
You just did them because they felt good to do. Why are you're at the playground with your kid and there's a kid spinning in circles. Why is he spinning in circles? Because it gives him a little buzz. It feels good to do, right? And we then, as we begin to mature, we start to do things because we're supposed to do them. Because, oh my God, I don't want to get into all the coping mechanisms and the behavioral patterns and all that stuff, but we develop beliefs about ourselves and the world around us that then start to direct us, just direct our trajectories, whatever that may be, right? And we forget that it's okay to just do something because it feels good. Do something because you enjoy it. There's no guilt in that. There's no, I'm because we believe, I'm selfish, so I can't do something for myself, right? And what it really comes down to, just to grab the card, I just want to get the title in there. You are worth it. It's all about worthiness. It's
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
about worthiness, and we forget that we are worthy of. I just want to find it. We are worthy of the highest love, joy, happiness, and a complete and fulfilling life. Just let me just say that again. We are worthy of the highest love, joy, happiness, fulfilling life. How many
Yeah.
people don't believe that?
It's even like before you can unpack it to the self-worthiness,
Yeah.
it's just the expectations that we are brought up with wherever you live in society, right? You come in, we are women, we are mothers. There's an expectation that we must be self-sacrificing for our families, that everything with the kids come first, and stay in the marriage to keep the kids together, or stay at the job that you're miserable at because you have to make income, but don't fight for the dream that you have, even though it might not make as much money.
Get very personal. That went from a very broad
Let me
topic
take my bra off here. All right, here we go.
I'll tell you what Rob did this morning. No, I'm just kidding. No, let's focus.
Oh gosh. No, it's but the self-love part of it, to realize that you are worthy of these things, that you are worthy of having the life of your dreams. Motherhood to me is living my dream. I love being a mother, but I don't love being a mother around, like sacrificing for my kids. Like, I want to enjoy every single minute. And how can I enjoy being with my kids if I'm stressed about another area of my life because I'm not living joyfully there? So it's like taking a step back and really figuring out, what do you want in life, right? And I have had people tell me that my dreams and being happy is not as important as making it rain. And to me, I could make it rain all day long, talking about making money. For those who can't see my little hand movements. But I could talk about, I could go get the job that makes the money, but then I'm miserable everywhere else. And I'm not worthy to be happy everywhere. It trickles down.
And I want to expand on that, because then it becomes, it sounds like, if you're really not using discernment and listening to what you're saying, it sounds as if selfish in a negative connotation. I can't be happy everywhere. I want everything. I want to, daddy, I want an Oompa Loompa now. Like, I want it all. You know what I mean? And people say, you can't have it all. But let's just be realistic with what the all is. Yeah. You can be content in all areas of your life. You just have to tend to all areas in your life and decide what you want in all areas of your life. And it's always going to be a balancing act, right? Because remember that whack-a-mole game? Mm-hmm. You hit the one and the other one pops up, So
yeah, it was designed around my life.
Real footage of Angela's existence, but it's everybody's life but it doesn't have to be with a hammer, and with the speed that they come up. But really, life is like a version of that whack-a-mole game, because if I have romance, motherhood, relationships, career, health. Oh my God, health, whatever it is, all social, right? I have all those aspects of my life. If I'm spending too much time with the business aspect of my life, the career, the success, right? Everything else is going to suffer a little bit. Mm-hmm. I have to tend to it, get it where it's self-sustaining, and then somehow my relationship with my husband is a little strained because I've been putting all my attention here. So let's just get this on automatic pilot. Let's tend to this, or wherever your priorities are. Let's start with the husband.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we're triaging it, right? Let's get the business off the ropes. Let's handle the husband, right? All of a sudden, my kids, who seem to be doing really well, there are signs that, maybe somebody got a failing test, or maybe somebody, seemed to be a little outbursty when that wasn't necessary. All right, you're good. Husband, we're all selves. Let's go and let's tend to what the kids are doing. And what happens is, when we're not myopic, when we begin to really create the broad view of our lives. So let's dial it back based on what you were saying. What do I want? Well, I want to do what I love, and I want to be successful at it, which means I enjoy it and there's monetary gain. I want my children to be well, happy, and whole. I want my relationships, but specifically we're going to talk about my husband, to be solid. Right? Mm-hmm. I want my health to be good. Well, if I'm staying up till 4:00 in the morning to work on my business, then that's affecting my health. So I have to decide. I'm just going to go with 5 because I have 5 fingers. The 5 main things that I want in my life, and then reasonable, like, expectations, right? And how I get there, and then ask myself, what kind of energy do I have to put forth? What needs me the most right now? And then just keep whacking those moles. Again, I don't have to whack them with a hammer. Go whack them with a little tap, right? But just get them where they need to be. And even though we're straying off the topic of the worthiness of it all, there is a worthiness in deciding that I can have healthy relationships, I can have all that. Whoever sold me the bill of goods that you have to sacrifice this to have this is an asshole.
It's such an ass. Such an asshole.
No, but really, it's because they believed it. I'm joking about them being an asshole, but it's because they believe it, so they're telling you it.
Yeah. And it's honestly, it's almost like if you treat it like a game. Yeah. Like if you understand that mold, like it's always going to pop up. Like all 5 things, it's a constant tending.
Constant
Tending. So you got these 3 good, you come over to this one's like, comes back up. You got to do a little repair, and you're constantly having to just be paying attention to everything that's going on. And it's kind of like, okay, I see how the things with the husband are strained, so I can see why the kids are acting out. So maybe I can deal with those together. You know what I mean? Like, let's figure it out. And it is having that broad view of your whole life. Right. Just like always, like, what's the end game? What's the vision for the whole life? For me, it's to have the freedom to be creative, and that could be creative in work. That could be creative in creating experiences for my family, creating quiet time and space, like everything is about, for me, just achieving that overarching goal. So, and it's, And it feels like there's so many people who don't do that. We're so few. There are so few of us like who have learned to do this, and it feels like some of the moles that you really got to whack on the head are the people that tell you no, and you got to do it anyway. Like I constantly face adversity. No, you can't do that business. No, you can't do that. Why would your freedom, like, why would you be happy when I'm unhappy? It's like, well, sorry, you're unhappy. Go figure your shit out.
Yeah.
Don't put that on me,
Yeah. Yeah. What I'm seeing, remember, this is where the teacher in me wakes up. We keep talking about the whack-a-mole in the hands, right? And the fingers. I'm seeing if somebody wanted to do an activity, you wanted to journal perhaps, right? Just humor me because I see it. Trace your hand on a piece of paper. Then we're going to
make a turkey.
We're going to make turkey. But trace your hand, right? And then on the hand, on the palm part, right? What do I want overall? Like, you want the freedom to be created, right? I'll go to even more simple. I just want freedom. Well, what does that look like? Like, I want freedom in my body, right? I don't know, for anybody who doesn't know me, I have dealt with some pretty heavy health issues throughout my life. Thyroid cancer at 25. I was diagnosed with RA when I was in my early 40s. Just for some clarity, I'm going to be 52 shortly. In an hour. No, I'm going to be 52 in a couple months. So, I was diagnosed with RA, and then all the uterine shit, all the other stuff that we have with our health issues. And I'm working. Again, one of my moles right now is a heavy focus on being healthy without the use of traditional medicine, without medication and all that. But anyway, I digress. So I want freedom. I want freedom in my body. I want freedom financially. I want freedom in my relationships. What does that mean? That I'm not burdened by the diarrhea that we create with our issues, right? So turkey hand.
Thank you, Miss Sardano.
Oh my God, but I'm the queen of digression. I drink this much coffee. I'm like, I can't focus my thoughts. I can't focus. So anyway, freedom, right? Family, success, whatever your moles are, right? Mole. All over the place. But wherever your moles are. And I would do that. And then I would take a pencil and I would off the finger. So if this is health, well, what does that look like? Well, I'll walk 3 times a week because now we're doing an action plan. I'll walk 3 times a week. Like me, I drink celery juice in the morning. But I'm beginning to appreciate it because my body, every morning I drink it. My body's like, thank you. Make it feel so good. So, but do those things and you'll see this is what I need to get this. And this helps me get this, right? You're reverse engineering it. So your turkey is going to look like a turkey, like with just off of each one. And you'll be able to see through your turkey what your mole turkey thing, but you'll be able to see what you need to do and what you're already doing and keep your stuff in order. I hear little voices.
Yeah, I'm going to take a pause for a second, okay? He's calling me for help. 1 second.
Okay, so we just took a quick pause, just if you see a little disruption in the video, because Angela's beautiful young son is home and he needed help, probably poop related, but who am I to, am I right? Am I right?
Oh, yeah. We had a messy ass to wipe.
Oh my God, I'm so intuitive. Yeah, no, that was.
I hear help. And I'm like, okay, is it a real help? I'm not sure because he knows that we're recording. Yeah. And then I go in, I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right. So we could just leave it at that. But yeah, that was a good guess. Okay. So just to
wait. Quick note on it though, because it's really funny. You know how we have stupid names for everything in our house?
Yeah.
So ever since he was a baby, when he would have burning poop, he calls it Bernie Sanders. He's like, Mommy.
So he's like, that happened to Bernie Sanders. Okay. So that is so awesome. I have to share. I have to see your Bernie Sanders. I'm going to see your Bernie Sanders and I'm going to raise it a P. Diddy. Okay.
A P. Diddy.
A P. Diddy. Because when Nala, she's going to love that I'm talking about her menses, but when Nala got her period, she said to me when she got it for the first time, she's like, I got my bloody pee. And ew, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're judging now. Ew, somebody else is so gross. But when I heard that, I couldn't remember it. I'm like, you got your what? Your bloody P? Like I couldn't remember it. So I started calling it your P Diddy. Like, 'cause so now, for the youngsters watching, P. Diddy is Sean Puffy Combs, Puff Daddy, right? So it turned into P. Diddy. Now it's just your Diddy. So now they just walk around being like, yeah, I got my Diddy. Everything is about my Diddy, my P. Diddy, my Diddy. And when you make up words in your home with your, you know what I mean? Like you have your own sort of vernacular. They then go into the world and they use these words and nobody knows what the frig they're talking about.
His teacher last year was like, what's Bernie Sanders?
His ass is on fire. Go wipe him. I got my Diddy. Well, Bernie Sanders to accompany it.
I am Bernie Sanders. Anyway.
We probably could edit all of this, but none of this will be edited because we are full commando. Pants are off, the whole nine. So I'm going to do my best to be an adult and bring this home.
Okay.
We opened with talking about, worthiness and how people forget that they can enjoy their lives. Oh my God, it's so funny. What a shift in gears, right? But people forget that they can have a joyful existence because of all of life's experiences, conditioning, events, traumas, all of it. And if we could remind ourselves, A, that we're worthy of it, and then B, develop a turkey mole.
I like the turkey hand. That's a good. That's
what I kept saying. Plan. I'm like, I gotta.
I like it.
Yeah. So if and it's fun. Everybody likes to draw a turkey hand, right?
Draw a turkey action plan. It's like the you've coined it. Done.
Your turkey plan. That's what there is. Okay. So anyway, when you create this action plan and you start to see that it actually is doable, nobody's doing anything to you. Right? Yeah, people suck and like life could be shitty or whatever. But at the end of the day, you're driving your turkey. This is yours.
Yeah.
And you see fit what you could do where. And the places that it's more difficult, where that mole won't go down, you have to ask yourself, what do I believe about my worthiness or my ability or life or, again, would I deserve any of that stuff, that I can't do these things? Or are they unreasonable? And you look at it that way. So that's.
I think the hard part for somebody who is so entrenched in victimhood, entrenched in their like stuff and the fear and like the non-worthiness, it's really even hard to know what to write here.
Yeah.
What do you want? Right. That's the first place. Yeah. And then if they can't fill out some actionable steps because they don't know what they want to do. Well, this is the thing that needs to be solved first and foremost.
Good point.
What's your overarching big picture, right?
Yeah.
Because then these things all make sense. Like, yes, I just wiped shit out of my son's ass.
Oh, my goodness.
But
look at me being horrified.
I know, P. Diddy. But look at this. I am home, hanging out with my best friend, recording and working and in my beautiful house. My son's homesick. I'm able to be here for him with no stress. My business partner's not concerned because we're getting our stuff done no matter what. Like this mole is temporarily down. You know what I mean? Like this mole is not.
Mole down. We got a mole down.
I know. Which one is this one going to be?
Yeah. It varies. This one, some days it's this, some days it's this, but there's always one of these. So we just got it.
This is the big mole that needs like a wax sometimes. There's always this one. So yeah, no, it's really important. Focus on what the overarching goal is, and then make them big, actionable. The steps could be baby steps. For me, it's like my health, right? I am less physically active because I'm home every day and I don't have to go very far. But I said to Dave, next time you and Christian go on the bikes, I want to try running again. I'll just try running alongside. You guys can just leave me in the dust because I'll be dying. But I used to love running and I stopped. Same. I stopped. And even walking is like, I remember when you and I would be like, yeah, we're walking because we're runners, like in our heart, right? So we're like, we're going to go for a walk.
Yeah.
But I want to try to get back into it because I just love it. I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah. And you did make a very good point about the actionable steps because, we tend to Well, I want to feel good. And again, if we're going to stick with the health one, so I should starve myself and run 5 miles a day, which will never happen. So again, I was always I used to kickbox, I taught aerobics, ran, like all of it. And now I'm recovering from some health issues. I mean, for my entire life, it has been, I shouldn't say my entire life. Since I'm in my mid 40s, it has been a challenge physically for me. And I'm really, really in a good place. But just food wise, like I went vegan for a while. I went from being a total carnivore to being vegan, and I couldn't maintain it because, well, I like food that's not vegan. You know what I mean? Like I like eggs and cheese and stuff like that. So I had to compromise and find something actionable. So it started with what would reduce inflammation. Remember, the RA is all about the inflammation. Celery juice. Celery juice will cleanse my liver. Celery juice. I didn't want to do it. So I started with an apple, right? Started with, celery. And now it's just a celery juice. It's gradual. It's doable. Because what we do is in every aspect of our life, what do we want? We want these beautiful, wonderful, magical lives. We want freedom in a magical, beautiful, wonderful way. But we self-sabotage ourselves by setting the bar too high. And then we're like, how can I meet that bar? Because you have to walk there, and then you jog there, and then you run there. And that's just how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a nice way to wrap it
up. Yep. Every single one of us is worthy of feeling good and free and happy in our lives. Just have to figure out how to get there.
Amen, sister.
Okay. My turkey says bye-bye.
Bye, baby.
Bye, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Have a good one.
Later.
This episode is brought to you by Uniquely Phenom Collaboration. To learn about our tools and resources designed for creators by creators, go to uniquelyphenom.com.